Hey guys, time for another bird video. Beautiful day in the Avery. Nice weather. Anyways, we're going to talk about maple here. We talked about pie the other day. Today we'll talk about maple. Maple was rescued the same year, 2018. It's 2025, so she's 7. I made a mistake in the last video. I said it was 8 years for pie, but it's 7 because they were rescued around the same time. And she was rescued from a back alley with a bunch of dead birds around. I'll put a link to that video. You can see back when that happened, how it looked. And you know, at the time we thought maybe somebody was hurting birds around there, because why were they all dead, like magpies and crows? And we told the wildlife rehab about it, and they sent a conservation officer there, and the conservation officer said, yeah, it looks a little suspicious there, but not enough proof to say how and what or who. But it was only seemed to be happening in this one place in an alley, not everywhere. Like, you don't see that all the time. So anyway, she was rescued from that situation. Maple's the only female of our birds. We have 5 rescued birds, and they all had DNA tests to determine their gender, and Maple is a female. And she just finished molting. Look how beautiful she looks. And molting is like, birds change their feathers at least once a year. So crows do. They change every feather, and they don't do it all at once. You might see the head bare, and then you say it looks like a vulture. Then you might see the back and some of the wings, and they look kind of ragged, but it's not that they're unhealthy. It's a very healthy procedure that's going on that nature has. So all their feathers are changed, and then you get this result. In the beginning, when we rescued her, she wasn't flying for a long time. Like, she didn't fly for, it was past a year. Like her tail here, the tail looked like it was cut, but it was damaged when she was probably injured after we rescued her. That's what the vet said. Maybe she fell or something and damaged it, and then, because there was some people in the beginning, some not very nice comments saying, why are you cutting her tail feathers, and why are you doing all this, and it's very cruel. And we weren't doing that. It took over a year for that to grow properly. When she did her molt, it started to grow in. So that's how she looks today. Like, everything's fine here, and she's very beautiful and very healthy. But you know, we never did cut any bird's wings. Sometimes we trim Cherry's injured wing there that's broken because it's hanging down low and it gets soiled. So sometimes we do that, but we never have cut anybody's feathers or wings, like to say that so we can limit they can fly. If we were doing that, they wouldn't be in an enclosure like this. They'd be hopping around the ground and we could contain them. But Maple's an imprinted bird. If you want to look that up, what imprinted means. Like, she's used to living with us. She treats us as her flock members. Maple, how are you doing, Maple? Let's go in close. Very pretty, yeah. Look at that. Very beautiful. Yeah, Maple is very lovely. And she gets along well with the rest of the gang. And when she was young, her and Pie used to go at it. Pie would start talking and teasing her, and she was squawking, and like, no one got hurt. But she didn't like Pie in her face and talking like that. You know, he was getting cheeky. So, but it was a lot of fun, you know, recording those kind of videos. And I'll put some links below to some older videos. You can check that out of Maple. It's a nice breezy day today, which helps blow the bugs around, because there's a lot of mosquitoes this time of year. A lot of bugs. I'll just show you Peach quickly here. Look, Peach is molting. See, you can see some. It's not even on Peach, but we'll talk about Peach in another video. We're talking about Maple today. She's all done, and like I said, they molt in stages. Sometimes it can take a while. It can take a couple months. We've seen Peach in the past when he was doing his molt, and it took so long for it all to grow properly back in. Yeah, Peach. Peach is beside me. Maple, hello Maple. Maple. Maple, look at this, guys. Maple loves petting too. She loves attention. Sometimes she nips at you though, but she's telling you that she wants to. Where's that massage that you promised me? They're eating bugs too. They eat bugs. These birds will eat bugs. Those wild birds eat bugs. But anyways, Maple's imprinted, like 4 other of the birds here. And she can't be released. To release an imprinted bird at this stage, after 7 years, would be very cruel. Because what skills does she have for living in the wild? She gets her food from us and everything. So, she's with us forever. And this is a big commitment too. I wouldn't recommend this for everybody, to go get a crow and look after it. And we had a lot of help from veterinarians and experts, how to feed them and everything. And I can put some links below to that. But it's hard to give advice like that. Some people ask, well, I just found a bird, what should I do? I'd say if you find a wild bird and it's not flying and it looks like it's hurt or something, you should take it to a veterinarian or a wildlife rehabilitation, because how are you going to nurse it back to health? You know, how could I give you any advice on what to do? You know, if it's an injured bird, it needs some more attention than what anyone can really give, because we took all our birds into the veterinarian and we had to pay for it, and in some cases we had donations for Cherry, but they didn't do it for free. You know, you had to take them in and then they'd examine them and see what they could do. But you know, if you find a bird on the ground and doesn't look like it can fly very well, or it's not eating, it's hard to give any kind of advice. How are you going to nurse the bird back to health? So I would say call a professional. So there's Maple, guys. Very beautiful she is. Give a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.